Oh, and this is how we get down. What's good, everybody? Welcome into our busiest day of the week. Now, it's a holiday week, so a lot of things are different. We are preempted this week on the Stadium Network and on Amazon Prime because of special programming, and that's okay. We'll still be here every single week on YouTube, on social media. I encourage you, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications. Every single time we start a show, you will be notified. Like today, in addition to the morning show at 11:15, approximately a.m. Eastern time, we have the 20 or 30-minute podcast. We get a little bit deeper into games from the weekend. Also, 2 to 4 Eastern time, it is Off the Ropes with the Coach on Sirius XM channel 156. Then at 5 p.m. Eastern time, the Coach and Bro Show, and that show is just growing like crazy. And then tonight, a very special 7 p.m. Eastern edition of the Monday Night Grind. And it's an important one. A game with a lot of ramifications in the NFC side. The Panthers on the road to take on Big Cheesy's San Francisco 49ers. All right, we got a lot to get to, a lot to talk about. But in addition to that, if you want to become a premium member, we do premium pop-ups all the time. So all you got to do, we have it in the chat. We have it up on the screen right now. Scan that QR code. Become a member. It's where the cool kids hang out 2 to 3 times a week. You get a star next to your name in the chat if you're watching on YouTube, and it pays for itself, literally in like one live play. And we have a ton of fun. Just ask Cam, JC1, Abass, Walsey, who have I forgotten? Sorry, Nonsense McGee. They'll all tell you how great it is to be a premium member. And if you get a piece of merch, we have a bunch of new merch coming up during the holiday season. Take a picture, send it in. We'd love to throw it up onto the show. And right now, Indiana fans, we have very special Indiana-themed merchandise. Google me one time. Take a picture, send it in to us. All right, we had a really good week last week when it comes to our picks. But that's in the rear view. I am ready for a great holiday week. That means college basketball in the morning. It means day soccer. It means a ton of NBA, a ton of NHL, and obviously Monday Night Football. So, without further, you see how impatient they get on Mondays? But that's all right. I'm here for it. Ladies and gentlemen, and all of you who are new to our brand, welcome on this gorgeous Monday morning. It is now time to beat the books. Oh, and look at this motley crew this morning. Where do I start? How about the man who stepped in for me last night and yesterday morning? Because as you know, family always comes first here at Coach and Company. From Sure Dog USA, Mikey P. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Let's not bury the lead. 11 straight unbeaten weeks in the upset special of the week in our college football show. And Bears still in first place.
Insufferable. I know, DG. I know. Hey, sometimes you just got to eat it. You got to take it. You got to eat it. Oh, my God, the Bears. They are not your 1985 Bears. No more. No more. They're in first place. Maybe we'll hear about him in the weekend. Who knows? Who knows? Now, up next, he was a big part of last night and yesterday morning as well. He's our numbers guy for a reason. Say good morning to Rafael Esparza. Good morning, Rafael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. What a great Monday because we have sports action from 10 a.m. today till 2 a.m. in the morning because UNLV Maryland tips off at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So what a great Monday of betting action.
Oh, my God. Did you really just say that I had to stay up till I got to call Peyton. We got to get Peyton on this. Nobody's staying up from this crew right here. We're all old men. Well, you guys are old men. All right, next, he is the host of Weekday Wagers Live from Memphis, Tennessee, where John Morant is even talking trash when he doesn't play in a game. DG, good morning.
Good morning to all of you fine people, but not Klay Thompson. He's still a bum to us all here in Memphis. Yes, he will forever be a bum to us. And so, yeah, shut your mouth, Klay. We don't like you around these neck of the woods.
You know what? You just drew a line in the sand, son. Because Klay Thompson is the man that I played golf with when my son shot a 79 for the very first time. In fact, because of that little statement, on tomorrow's show, or maybe the next time you're on, I'm going to run video of my son at 12 years old chest bumping with Klay Thompson on the 18th green when he shot a 79 for the first time. Facts.
Still a bum.
Line in the sand. Now, I've got that video. Don't test me. I'll run it. Now, somebody on this panel mentioned burying the lead. And I believe that I have done it in this order because this man, once again, lived up to the name, the cash register. A little segment we like to call Footy Friday. And it was 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's have 4 and 5 in the first half of said game. There's levels to this game, ladies and gentlemen, and he is at the very top. Say good morning to the man live from the dirty Big Chuck. The floor is yours.
Morning, Coachman company. I appreciate those gracious words. Yeah, Footy Friday did us mighty kindly. Now we move on. We have Champions League Europa this week. We even have some Europa on Thanksgiving. What can you go wrong with that? And then we do it all again this weekend. Excited to get it going.
I don't even know what we're going to do this week, guys. We got games all during the day, NFL, Thanksgiving. When was the last time we had 3 Thanksgiving games that all mattered? They all matter. I love it.
Friday game.
What was that, Mr. Ruin My Flow?
Black Friday game as well.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. And maybe we'll have something special for that as well. You never know. But right here, right now, you can't have 5 winning days without one. So I have one very simple question. I had a feeling.
Had to beat Mike this time.
Oh, Mikey, don't put your hand up and then act like you're like you're scratching your forehead when you got beat by 4 seconds. Don't act like you're. Oh, what's he talking about? I just thought you were like doing. Oh, let me scratch. Yeah. It was a good save. But always wanting to be at the head of the table, the leader of the pack. DG, best bets. Go.
Yeah, let's start off with a really nice one for tonight's game. We're going to go Jatavian Sanders over the 17.5 receiving yards. It's at minus 115. He's been over this in 3 of the last 4 games. San Francisco, a top 10 team in yards allowed to the tight end position. The 49ers, they've allowed the tight end 1 to go over this line in all but 1 game this season. So why not? Let's continue the trend and go ahead and target Jatavian Sanders to go over the 17.5 receiving yards. Then let's go to one of the guys who is one of the hottest in NBA right now, and that is Jalen Duren for the Detroit Pistons. We're going to go over his 21.5 points and assists. The reason I like his assists is because he's passing the rock around at least 3 times in the last 10 games. So because of that, I like him to go over this. He just had 31 points, 3 assists versus Indiana back on November the 17th, just a few days ago, guys. He goes over this and crushes it again. And my last one, because I can't afford to split again. I'm going UC San Diego, the basketball team. This is a 4:30 start, so make sure you go ahead and get this in early. But I'm going to go with them on the money line. This team has been a really good cash cow over the years. They lost their coach. They brought in a coach that was on the roster. They're still really good, really disciplined. The model has this going 75 to 70. Wow, I completely butchered that. 75 to 70, a 5-point win. I like UC San Diego to win today.
No, Soupy. That was no. All right, I'll let him know. Anyway, sorry, I had to take that call. I literally laughed out loud this morning when your second email came through because I know what a competitor you are and I know you hate to lose. And you've been the splitting king the last month or so, I would say.
7 straight shows, Coach. But who's counting?
You've been counting. Okay. Today, are there any half points? Are there any full points? I was going to say, technically, you could still split, but you can't when they're all half points. Very smart by you. Very, very smart by you. All right. Great start by DG. Where do I go next? You know what? I'm going to go right next door. Raphael, you're up, sir.
We're going to have Monday Night Football play. Give me the Panthers, 49ers, both teams to score 20-plus points at minus 110. Little shocked that I only had to lay minus 110 when everyone is betting the over because the total is moving to 50. 49ers defense is allowing 28.5 points per game their last 4 games. I think the Panthers score. I think the Panthers cover as well. So give me both teams to score 20-plus points. And then give me the Mavs team total. Yes, this is an NBA play. Give me the under 117.5 because you know what Miami does do? Yes, they score a lot of points, but they still play defense in South Beach. And I think the Mavericks are going to have a hard time scoring points tonight in Miami. I could see a blowout. I could see Miami winning by 30 and the Mavericks barely scoring some points. I'll take the under 117.5.
You know what? I'm looking at the last 4 games, Raphael, for the Miami Heat. 4. All 4 are dubs. Did any of them go over that 117.5 total?
Nope.
117, 107, 96, 113 to back up the data from my guy. Now, we're going to have to make some adjustments as we move forward because we're having people in the chat that just aren't okay with having Chuck's picks 2 days a week. I'll discuss it with him offline. But for the here and the now, let's enjoy the fact that we got 2 big ones today. And as he said, Champions League on the horizon for Tuesday and Wednesday. Big Chuck, you're up.
Not only day basketball, but day soccer. EPL, Manchester United, Everton. And with Man U having scored in 7 straight matches and Everton averaging 1 team goal on the road, I expect each team to hit the back of the net today. We're going to bring back the good old both teams to score. NFL Monday night, I'm going to go with a player prop. George Kittle with the Carolina Panthers and the 49ers. He's seen a ton of usage since coming back. I like his over 57.5 receiving yards. He's had 19 catches and has averaged 61 yards over his last 3 games. I foresee him having another big night against this Panthers defense.
Just let it just rain over you, just like it all just, I just feel the cash every time Chuck has a green check mark on the board. So those are 2 right there. And by the way, I only thought that Big Cheesy was DG's boy. Apparently, Big Chuck, he is your boy as well because his best bet for the day is the George Kittle over receiving yards. So you guys have a little bit of, say it with me, everybody, synergy.
Yeet.
Was that an extra yeet?
Yeet.
We're getting better, boys. We're getting better. All right, Mikey P, best bets, go.
Give me the Milwaukee Bucks -1.5 taking on the Portland Trailblazers, who just got beat the hell up yesterday by the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know Giannis is not in this game, but no Drew Holiday for the Blazers. Shaedon Sharpe is a game time decision. I like the Bucks to roll in this one. And I know coach's challenges are your thing, Coach. So I don't know what to say to Raphael, but I want to challenge every single thing he just said about the Dallas Mavericks because my second play, Cooper Flag over 15.5 points. I don't care what Miami's done in their last 4 games. They gave up over 130 points to the Blazers. Cooper Flag has been playing some real ball. So I'm challenging everything about Coop and the Mavs today.
Raphael?
I'm hoping Coop does have a good game, just as long as a team doesn't score 117 points.
Come on!
I'll take the challenge. I am 1-0 on challenges. Ask Brandon. Now you can ask Mikey next tomorrow's show. How's it hanging? Because he'll be 0-1 too.
How's it hanging? This is the
'cause
worst trash talk I've ever heard in my life.
He's gonna be buying
How's
merch.
it hanging? Oh my God. I don't even know where to go right now with this. This is supposed to be a piece of merch on the line. We got a showdown. I hate this pick. This is my pick. We talk trash. We do this. And then you say, I hope Cooper Flag has a good game. I hope he limps over that 15.5.
Positivity Monday, Coach.
I'll let you know at the end of the show how we're going to handle this. That's how I feel. All right. Now I'm up next, and this is a very interesting day of picks for the coach. And to remind the good people, Raphael, who can I just see Raphael? Thank you. Who's the hottest capper in the Coach and Company universe?
Seems like 2 weeks ago I said the coach, and now on November 24th, it's still the coach. But Big Chuck is right behind your heels.
And that's okay. 2 next-level soccer cappers going head-to-head in the universe. And if I'm going to head-to-head with Big Chuck, respect. So I ask you that, Raphael, because these 2 are a little bit dicey, a little bit iffy. And people, hashtag it pays to watch live, need to be paying attention to what we're talking about right now. Now, I love the Raptors. People are sleeping on Toronto. They're getting 2.5 at home against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who played yesterday. Oh, hell to the no. Give me that 2.5. But this is the one that, Raphael, I need your help on. The Sixers are getting 6.5. Kevin Durant's out for at least 2 games. So I don't understand this number unless Devin Booker's not going to play, which is a possibility. So what would your advice be to those thinking about playing my second best bet?
Second best bet starts at 9:40 Eastern Standard Time. And while you were talking, Coach, one book in Las Vegas just moved it to 7. So I would wait because you have plenty of time. You're going to get 6.5 no matter what.
No matter what.
Let's see if you get 7 or more.
By the way, a lot of strays out there in the chat. Big Cheesy says, wow, LOL. How's it hanging? That was trash talk? Soft. Capital S. Soft. Not my words, Big Cheesy words. Like, not my GED, his GED. I can speak today. Good Lord. All right. I'm already loving the show so much. I love you, Stadium, but it's a lot more fun when we're not on Stadium. I'll tell you that. All right. We got a big one tonight. Everybody stays on the board because we have a big one for Big Cheesy. We have
Rough.
Very interesting, producer man. Why would you ruin my flow as well? All right. As I was saying, it's time for the dog of the day. Notre Dame, St. John's, and Alabama. Mikey P, what is the theme this morning?
All college basketball with games starting in an hour and a half. I love the opportunity to put 3 different college basketball games because now we have to start paying attention.
Are either of you going to give out correct information? There is a game at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Raphael said 10 a.m. You just said 11:30 a.m. Details, 11 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry?
It's
Sorry?
The screen's Central Standard Time.
What are we doing? Maybe I'll do a what are we doing on this show right now. All right. Raphael, if you had to, not an official pick, if you had to, college basketball is off to a pretty good start. It's exciting. A lot of points are being scored. These are 3 brand names. Where would you go?
I'm excited for the Gonzaga-Alabama game. I'll take the Crimson Tide. This total opened up at 172.5. Gonzaga's been playing outstanding defense. They have not allowed 75 points or more, and now the total is 178. So
wow.
Be very interesting. I'll take Alabama.
That would mean almost 90 points a team.
Yes.
Wow. That's a lot on that total. All right. DG, coming down to you. Where would you go if you had to?
I would go that same game. I love Alabama. And honestly, it's either feast or famine for them because it's all 3-pointers. And so if they're going to win, it's going to be a high scoring. If they're not, it's going to be super low at that point just because they're not hitting enough shots. I
just had a call-in vote. If you guys are okay with it, Howie Schwab just called in. He has St. John's today. So that's the vote for our man, Howie. Always looking down on the show. Big Chuck, where would you go if you had to?
If I had to, I would also go with that St. John's. I think they're in a good spot to go ahead and take out Iowa State. I'll go ahead and ride with Mr. Schwab.
Can't get my computer to work, Coach. Got me on the show today. Got a needle in my arm. Oh, my God. Those are the best. The best. All right. So we got a couple of St. John's, a couple of others. Mikey P, where are you headed?
Richard Andrew Patino. Give me St. John's to beat Iowa State. If the Schwab is going with St. John's and Big Chuck is going with St. John's, I would be a fool not to follow.
Man, you think he could cut a promo on technology? You know, St. John's lose a couple games and then see what that promo sounds like. Tell you that right freaking now. I think we'll go with St. John's today, just out of and they're playing Iowa State. Yes, Raphael.
1-3 just popped up, so you can get +3 on St. John's. College basketball today is reminding me of a Saturday college basketball game. My screen is going crazy with so much betting action today.
Just going. I like it. All right. Good job, boys. That is the dog of the day. Now, tonight, Monday Night Football. It's a big one across the board. The Panthers have a chance. This is shocking, but it's because Tampa Bay has been beset by injuries, getting blown out last night by the Rams. So if the Panthers win tonight, remarkably, they could be in first place. On the flip side, you've got the San Francisco 49ers, and they are just trying to keep up with the Joneses out west, where the Rams are clearly the best team, the only 9-win team. And then you also have the Seahawks, who are a solid team in your division as well. So without further ado, it's time to kick it off. And there we go. Mikey P, I'm going to start with you because the Panthers are a team that they have multiple personalities. One week they can't do anything. The next week, Bryce Young is throwing for damn near 500 yards. They're going to need another big time performance tonight. They're getting 7, and the hook, your take.
Well, Bryce Young could throw for 500 yards. Not on this defense, coach. I know they're not the same 49ers defense of the last few seasons, but I really like this 49ers team. And if Brock Purdy is under center, which he is, they can control the clock. They can control this game. I think San Francisco rolls in this one, but I will say I like the cover for the Carolina Panthers.
Okay. So, Raphael, one cover, one win on the money line. Maybe put it in a parlay if you so choose. Where would you take, or where would you go on your take?
Yeah, take Carolina plus 7.5 because it will be a solid 7 by kickoff. The money's coming in on Carolina all morning long. I like the total, even though it's 50 in some shops. It's probably going to go a bit higher. This total opened up at 46, a 4-point move in 5 days. That's a big difference because the 49ers have given up 20 plus points or more in 4 straight games. I think they win, but they're going to give up some points. I think Carolina scores on them.
They really have, DG. That's something that not a lot of people are talking about when you're talking about this game. Your take.
Yeah, I like Carolina here. The hook is in our favor with the 7.5. And also, if you look at this team just in general with the Panthers, they're 4-2 on the way against the spread, but also as underdogs, 6-3 because they're an underdog pretty much every game.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this team, and Teteroa McMillan has been a freak wide receiver for the Panthers. And so I like them going. I don't know if they can win this game, but I really do think that they have a chance to put a scare into San Francisco late.
I think a lot of people are going to be surprised at how good some of these players that nobody knows are on this team. Now, the question is, Big Chuck, are we going to see a lot of points tonight? Your take.
Definitely like the points. I'm with Rafi. I saw it at 46, then I saw 47.5. Then I saw the big move to 50. Like points on both sides. I like Rafi's where they're both scoring at least 20. Carolina, these two teams, when they get together, also historically 15 of the last 20 times they met up, it's went over the total. But I think it's kind of telling that they've moved that line to the 7.5. They are definitely trying to induce some more money on Carolina. Looks like it's working. So, but staying neutral, I would definitely take the points and kind of lean with Carolina to cover also.
15 out of 20 times. Hashtag it pays to watch live has gone over the total, whatever that number was. Today it's 49.5. Gentlemen, staying with this game and the discussion, we've got to bring a few other teams into the discussion. Because Mikey P, as I come back to you, when you're looking at the San Francisco side of things, you got the Rams at 9-2. You have Seattle at 8-3. So really, if you're a 49ers player, front office, you're not really thinking about the division right now. You're thinking about, damn it, I just got to get into the playoffs. Any added pressure because of that tonight?
Focus on the task at hand. That should be the message from Kyle Shanahan to his 49ers team for the rest of the season. The Rams are not only the betting favorites to go to the Super Bowl right now, they on paper look like the best team in the entire NFL after that slacking they had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night. But Seattle barely escaped against the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans? What are we doing? If the 49ers just handle business week by week, I see them being a very competitive playoff team later this year.
And to that point, DG, as we look at the schedule playing out, it's Carolina tonight. It is at Cleveland next week. Then they have their bye. Huge to have it in 14. Then they have Tennessee. Then they have the Colts, tough one. Then they have Chicago, and all of a sudden, that's now a tough one. And then you got Seattle. So they're finishing the season with 3 very, very tough games, which at the beginning of the year, that did not look like the case. Do you think this schedule favors the 49ers in any way?
I do, and that's what you looked at their schedule. They were so bad last year. They got a favorable schedule throughout the season, but now getting Purdy back, there has some discussions, probably internally. Mac Jones, Brock Purdy, because Mac Jones played really well for them. I'm curious if there is a slip up along the way. Do they make a change and leave maybe Brock Purdy because he's injured? Because that's what a lot of people are looking at in different ways. So this could be very telling down the stretch, and it could be completely up in the air.
That's a very good take, and I agree with that a lot. Raphael, let me come over to you because it's such a fascinating way that the NFL season has started to play out, and the fact that you've got the NFC South very much up for grabs and the NFC West very much up for grabs. On the Carolina side, do you see them as a team that can win this division?
Yeah, because you know what Carolina did yesterday? The same thing we all did. We saw Baker Mayfield go down. So now that division, I hate to say wide open, but now it's reachable. We saw the Falcons beat the Saints. They ain't going anywhere. The Saints ain't going anywhere. So you're just pretty much going head to head with an injured Baker Mayfield, which we'll find out today how long he will be injured.
It's going to be interesting right there. And Big Chuck, that's why we call this the week-to-week league. This is why we take advantage of the numbers when they're moving around a little bit, because you just never know. And for the Panthers, we've seen so many different results. If you're backing the Panthers, what would your advice be to people out there right now as they are now entering into very rarefied air for them?
Definitely wait to see after this particular game, but I kind of agree. The Panthers they're in the driver's seat right now. I think if you're riding with Teddy Two Gloves in Tampa, you're in trouble. So and then you have the fighting Kirk Cousins in Atlanta, and then we already know the Saints are checked out. So they're definitely in the driver's seat. This could be a slippery slope for them in this game, but they should have a clear path ahead to at least compete for that division.
And because they need to focus, Mikey, let's look at the Rams very quickly, because the Rams became the only 9-win team in the NFC last night. They blow out Tampa. It was never a game. I think 38-7 was the final. Cast the over with passing yards. Puka had 7, went under his total. But when you look at the Rams and their road to the number 1 seed, they're at Carolina, at Arizona, home to Detroit, at Seattle, at Atlanta, and then Arizona. So the way they're playing right now, and with that schedule, I'm penciling the Rams in as the number 1 seed right now.
Yeah, Detroit and Seattle may be their toughest odds, but after Detroit struggled with the New York Football mini Giants yesterday, I don't know that I can take them seriously either. On paper, it should be a smooth path to the number 1 seed for the LA Rams.
And when you look at it, smooth path. Yes, Raphael, though, next week, Carolina is waiting. All of a sudden, the Panthers seem to be in the middle of all of this drama and all of this setting things up on where the seeding is ultimately going to fall.
Yeah, and they can easily win this game, because when you watch San Francisco, what's the biggest thing you're watching? Is someone going to get hurt from the 49ers in that game? So if someone goes down, they can easily steal this game. And that's a win that we all didn't think we're going to see. So Carolina is a live dog. And if they win this one or even keep it close, they still have momentum coming in with a division that has an injured quarterback with Baker out.
No doubt. On the other side, one of the big storylines, we're going to get to Weekend Rewind next, is how 2 teams, the Chiefs and the Colts, had their season severely changed with an 11-point comeback late in the fourth. Are you doing all right over there, Mikey?
Yeah, I'm good.
Bless you.
Are you sure you're good?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Anyway, with an 11-point comeback in the fourth quarter late yesterday at Arrowhead, my behind-the-scenes source told me when they were down 11, you could hear a pin drop. When they cut it to 3, couldn't hear anything. When they took the lead and won the game, he said it was one of the greatest atmospheres he's ever seen at Arrowhead. So they're back in it now, but they're just back in it. They're 6-5. 2 other teams at 6-5. 3 at 7-4 in the wild card. DG, let me start with you, because right now, with the Colts falling to 8-3, the AFC incredibly exciting, just like the NFC.
Yeah, the AFC is exciting, but you got to look at those 2 teams that you talked about. The Colts They're a team that is tried and true. They look like a well-oiled machine that can obviously slip up. They have their inefficiencies in a sense because one is Daniel Jones as a quarterback, but the other one, you have a really good quarterback, if not the best quarterback, and Patrick Mahomes. But their roster is flawed, and we saw that. And so, if you look at those two teams, they're both going to be really scary in the playoffs for different reasons, completely. But in all honesty, this Chiefs team, Coach, I know it's your team. They could win a Super Bowl or be bounced in the first round. There is so much a change in variables that could happen with this team, but they're really good or either really bad at times.
I put it on Twitter yesterday. I said sometimes you got to take your fandom out of it, especially if you do this, because when I watch that team, I would be a fool to say, "Oh, we're the best." We're not a very good football team. That's just what it is, and we've been so spoiled because Patrick Mahomes has gone to the AFC Championship game every single game or year in his career, every single year since he has started. And so in our heads as a fan, you're like, we're playing horrible. It's not like that. We know everybody goes through these valleys, right? So, Mikey, let me come over to you. Right now, if this is a valley, I'll take it. It doesn't make it any easier as a fan, but you're a Bears fan. You're on the rise, so it's you almost got to stay like this if you're Colts or the Chiefs based off an overtime game that could have gone either way.
Yeah, there was just some plays from Patrick Mahomes that you don't see Patrick Mahomes miss a lot of in that game. I'm still kind of on the fence with the Indianapolis Colts. One week they look like world beaters, but I'm going to just go off of recency bias, Coach. I know you're not supposed to do that, but as long as the Chiefs get in, I am so confident that they could at least knock off a divisional playoff game. I have to believe in Patrick Mahomes until I get proven that I can't believe in him anymore.
And I have to believe in Joe Hendry, but that doesn't mean we're all going to get what we want. Raphael, at Dallas on Thanksgiving. I mean, if you're the Cowboys, you come off a big win. You're, oh, really? Mahomes is coming in on Thursday? Yes. Then home to Houston, home to the Chargers. So all the tough games are at home for the Chiefs. They also have home to Denver and then at Tennessee and at the Raiders. So if you've got to have the schedule, this is the way that you want it playing out with all the tough games at home.
Yeah, who would have thought Dallas's D could be giving Patrick Mahomes problems on Thanksgiving? We wouldn't have said that 3 weeks ago or a month ago, but their defense is playing some really good ball. And one thing I noticed yesterday with Patrick Mahomes, if he continues to play like he did yesterday, he's going to get hurt. He took a lot of bad hits, sliding really late when he was running. If he continues to play like he did yesterday, he ain't going to stay around. He's going to get hurt.
But what cashed for him yesterday?
Oh, I know what cash. Me and you, Coach, we both know what cash yesterday.
Bang, 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 rushing yards. Big Chuck, let's wrap up the conversation with you. With 3 teams at 7-4, 3 teams at 6-5, none of these teams, and a lot of them play each other, can afford to slip up in the final 6, 7 weeks of the season.
That's correct. The Chiefs, I was thinking, who has the bigger letdown spot this week? Is it the Chiefs going to Dallas, or is it Dallas over that Eagles victory? But then you think Chiefs. I was just thinking about that Chargers and that Denver game. If they can get past, if they can get those 3 wins, I think that puts them in a great position. I figured that worst they would split with the other 2, but I think they'll have those 3 circled. But at the same time, I see the Chiefs are my -3.5 favorites on the road. I think it's going to be a high scoring one, so expect plenty of points. And like I said, I'm still debating who has the bigger letdown spot going into Thursday's game.
I would not touch that spread with a 10-foot pole on Thursday. That is when you eat the turkey, eat the cranberry sauce. It's always the late 4:30 p.m. Eastern game. Hit the over and watch the game. Keep it simple. Play the over, enjoy the game. Don't play a side until Thursday for the morning show, and we tell you to play a side. But anyway, I digress. All right. Chuck is going to go into the chat. We have very specific topics this morning. I let my guys go wherever they want to go in a little segment we like to call the Weekend Rewind. All right, boys. this could be football, soccer, basketball. It could be whatever we want it to be on a topic that jumped off the page to you. So, Mikey P, you're right next door. I'll let you start first. Where are you heading today, sir?
One second, coach. I looked at my wrist. I got time today. Shedeur Sanders. No, this is definitely the Walmart version of what he owns on his wrist. But Shedeur Sanders is the Cleveland Browns QB1 for the rest of this season, moving forward for at least the next 2-3 seasons. The first Browns quarterback in the last 30 years to win his first start with the team. And everyone saying, oh, he only had 47 passing yards in relief in a game in which he had no practice. Now, I understand he went up against the Las Vegas Raiders, but what a game from Shedeur Sanders, 209 yards and a touchdown. He had to do just enough to win, and he did just enough to convince me that he's worth a starting job in Cleveland.
A couple of things on this one. First and foremost, I thought I was going to be able to bet on the amount of cutaways to Dion being there, because Dion always said, I'm not going to come until you start. So he lived up to his word as a dad. He was there, and they had like 1,000 cutaways. Number two, I could have swore, because who is the king on our little team of one or two things happen, and they go to the mountaintops and start to chirp, chirp, chirp about their bears or whatever else? I could have swore that Shedeur Sanders, it was an AI interview. DG. Because Shedeur Sanders said after the game, and I quote Mikey, unless this was AI, he says, everybody hates on me. Everybody wants me to fail. That ain't going to happen. This is going to be, I'm going to be here all day. I'm paraphrasing now. And I'm like, wait a second. Did he just win one game or the Super Bowl? Did he win one game or break the all-time pass yardage mark? Because I couldn't figure it out. But Mikey, please explain it to me. It's not going to happen after one start?
Well, he passed. I'll tell you this, coach. He passed his over on passing yards against the Las Vegas Raiders, and no one thought he could do that. You remember in the preseason, he has to confront a reporter going, what did I do to you? I'm just here trying to play football. That's all we're trying to see Shedeur Sanders do. For as much as he was dragged through the mud, some of it that he brought upon himself, this guy got his first opportunity to start, and he made the most of it. So I'm with him. It ain't going to happen.
Classic deflection from Mikey P. Classic deflection. Didn't answer the question. Didn't address the question. Didn't even acknowledge the question. I'll let that one slide for now. All right. Coming downstairs. Because over the weekend, very quietly, there was an announcement made. And at the end of this season, something will come to an end. DG, where are you headed today?
We're going to go to Chris Paul here. And CP3 is honestly one of the best point guards to ever play the game. But now you have to look at CP3, who is retiring at the end of this season. And he will be on a Mount Rushmore in a sense of NBA players that are the best to ever play the position to never win a championship, unless for some odd reason he gets traded in the middle of the season to a true contender and ends up winning, probably OKC. But I don't see that happening this season. And so because of that, you have to look at a Chris Paul, who is a 12-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defensive player, and then a 2006 Rookie of the Year. This dude is amazing, and he is a really good transcending NBA point guard, and he made some of the best teams of the Clippers, and then he went and revitalized an OKC Thunder team that wasn't good, but he helped SGA grow into the man that he is. And so I want to tip my hat a little bit to Chris Paul, even though in Memphis, we had our grit and grind days where we went up against the Clippers, but in all honesty, he is one of the true point gods in the NBA of all time.
Do you ever wonder, DG, what would have happened if the commissioner wouldn't have stepped in on the trade to the Lakers? You ever wonder what would have happened?
Yeah, he would have been a really good number two or table setter for our guy and the late, great Kobe Bryant.
Oh, the bean. Great take by you, DG. I got a little distracted because apparently we've got some, I don't even know what the kids call it these days when somebody says somebody else is great. And is it glazing, I think is what they call it when you start talking about how good somebody is. Because Big Cheesy, your boy, in the chat, and I quote, Mikey P, I was wrong about you knowing ball. Sanders played the Raiders. Raiders might be the worst team in the NFL. Now, I would assume that Mikey was listening to you, that he was focused on you. But then what comes up into the chat? Cheesy. He addresses him by name. Yes, Cheesy. I admitted the Raiders stink. LOL. What does that have to do with what Big Cheesy said to you? So now all we're doing is glazing each other. No, you're great. No, you're great. Capital SAWFT! Exclamation point. And you're not even going to apologize for it?
I apologize.
No, I don't want to disingenuous.
Absolutely nobody, Coach. Don't ruin my flow.
Oh my God. You're that close. You're that close. You're lucky we're not on Stadium today. You're lucky we're not on Stadium today. All right. 2 down. 2 to go. Raphael, would you like to go or would you like me to go?
You're the boss. You make that decision.
Mikey, you may want to listen to your boy next door. Raphael, I'm a man likes to open the door and let his company in. So you, sir, may have the floor.
Thank you. Saturday late afternoon, I was excited to watch a big Pac-12 battle. Big Ten battle between USC and Oregon. Oregon took care of business winning 42-27, but I was so thrilled and happy to my favorite head coach, Dan Lanning, says after the game. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to quote him. This conference is really good. Really good conference we playing. It's competitive. We didn't play Chattanooga State today like some other places. Wonder who he's talking about. Let's see what some SEC teams played this weekend. Samford, not Sanford and Son, Samford, Charlotte, Eastern Illinois, and Mercer. I don't mind if SEC teams want to play these ones because those other small schools are getting the money for that. But not on November 22nd. Play that in week 1, week 2. November 22nd, the Saturday's games should be meaningful games, conference games. Dan Lanning was 110% correct at what he said. SEC, do better. Play those games on week 1, week 2, not November 22nd.
Tony Romo, he's on line 1. Would you like to talk to him, Raphael? Taking out Eastern Illinois. Taking out Strays. These little schools did nothing to you. They did nothing to you. Got $1 million payday, though. That's damn sure what they got is $1 million payday. All right. I'm going to go next. And this was, if we go back in the history books of the Dallas Cowboys, and you go back to America's team all the way back to the 70s, what happened yesterday may be the next pin in that highway called the Dallas Cowboys and where they head in 2026, in 2027. Sometimes it's not that you win. It's how you win. And when the defending Super Bowl champions are in your house and they are laying you out 21-0 in the second quarter, you can do nothing but make mistakes. You can do nothing but fumble the football. Penalties when you're at the 2-yard line, holding, blindside blocks. Nothing was going right. This was heading for a 42-7 loss and more of the same. But then the skies opened up. The seas parted. They started having one touchdown, another touchdown, a caused fumble, another touchdown, a forced punt, oh yes, let's line up for the game-winning field goal, and we win 24 unanswered. Once again, against the defending Super Bowl champs. 2 things came out of that. Maybe for once in 28 years, DG, the Dallas Cowboys have something to hang their hat on. But also, watching Nick Sirianni and thinking about him in the coach's office just burning up over that loss, that gave me satisfaction too. What did you make of your squad's unbelievable win yesterday?
Coach, we might not have the worst defense in all of football. That's the first thing that came to mind. But the second thing is I remember a Fox 29, I believe it is, a Fox news station brought in these kids and they went to the school. I believe it was Cooper Point Family School, whatever, the elementary school. And they interviewed all these kids, and they were taking boxing gloves to punching bags that were actually wrapped with Dallas Cowboys players, and they were beating them all up and having a great time stomping on their faces. And guess what?
What?
Get your butts back to class. I don't care if it's Thanksgiving break because, yeah, you got schooled a 24-21 comeback victory.
Wow. If only I could see that video. If only somebody had the video. I'm actually watching it on I know you guys can't see it at home, but we can see it on Producer Man's feed. It's actually pretty funny, but I'm sure that it is frozen right now. This platform is about dead to me. I'll be honest with you there. The video's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Oh, there it is. Oh, there we go. These kids like when you do a video, DG, like this, and clearly it's a Philadelphia school, they're all wearing sweatshirts and Philadelphia Eagles stuff. You're setting yourself up, even if you're a kid, for a little bit of backlash, aren't you?
For sure. And you know that somehow, some way it's going to go bad, but then you start off the game 21-0. You're feeling great. Like, we did that. That's awesome. And then that was the worst part, is you have to live with that the rest of your life now.
Oh, my goodness. Mikey, let me come to you. All this week, all kidding aside, Jalen Hurts was asked about the offense and what's the matter with the offense, and he stayed the course, and he said all the right things. A.J. Brown has not been saying all of the right things. And yesterday, I'm quite certain when it was 21-0, the Eagles were like, listen, we're shutting everybody up. I've never seen, I don't think, a complete season flip on its head in 30 minutes of game time like what I saw yesterday. Where do you think both teams go from that?
Well, first and foremost, I was taken aback by Jalen Hurts' comments after the game. This loss should light a fire under us. Oh, you mean your superstar wide receiver who's been making headlines for the last 5 weeks doesn't light a fire up under you guys? Okay, Saquon Barkley not going off a 2,000-yard season doesn't fire you guys up. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are headed towards the basement this season. They're definitely trending down, and the Dallas Cowboys defense, as DG so eloquently put it, they are not the worst defense in the league, and they played some inspired football yesterday. That was awesome to see.
I think they did. I think those 3 changes they made, the trades, are significant. They absolutely played very, very well, not only last week, but this week, Raphael. And as we look at the schedule, you may not want to get super excited because they put themselves behind the 8 ball, but they end the season with the Giants and the Commanders. But the next 4 weeks, very difficult. Kansas City comes to town this week. Then you go to Detroit the next Thursday to do that back-to-back Thursday thing, which they seem to do every single year. Then home to Minnesota and home to the Chargers. Do you think Dallas is set up to potentially sneak in the back door to the playoffs?
I can see them winning 3 of those 4 games because of their defense. And now Dak Prescott doesn't have to win the game. He's got a defense that can give him good field position game after game. So it's not all on Dak. So I think the Cowboys are in really good position right now.
Do you think, DG, to wrap it up, that they can be a playoff team?
Hell no. You're not getting you with that one. I have not fallen for this. I do it every year, and this year I'm standing firm. I'm standing on Mikey P's business here, and we're not allowing ourselves to get too excited. So I hope, but yeah, I'm not getting caught up in that yet.
I gotta address something here real quick. Am I using the word incorrectly? Apparently in the chat, I'm using a word incorrectly because I hear kids saying it all the time, and I just thought it was like giving somebody a compliment.
It's got double meaning.
Oh, it's got a double meaning. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So officially moving forward, I won't use that word because I heard 2 kids use it yesterday, and they were talking about bragging over a player. Okay. Double meaning. Well, my apologies, Carl. My apologies.
No clue.
I had no clue. You had no clue either, Raphael?
I'm 50. I have no clue what the kids are saying these days.
No, me too. Me too. I thought, oh, well. But thank you, Carl. You bring us our tennis picks, and you help us when we don't know that we're offending people. All right. We got 2 more things to get to. I've actually really enjoyed. I really thought this was going to be like a 30-minute show. And I look at the clock, and I'm like, we're going longer than we normally do because it's been so much fun. But let's bring Chuck back on. We got 2 NBA games, and then we got to lock it in to get to tonight because the glorious part of the NBA new deals is that you get a nationally televised game. NBC and Peacock get Mondays and Tuesdays. Guys, I've absolutely loved their broadcast. The fact they put 2 former players on the benches to get analysis from them, I absolutely love it. So game number 1 tonight is one of my best bets. It's the Cavs and it's the Raptors. And Toronto, for whatever reason, DG, I'll start with you. People are sleeping on them. They're quietly every single game just coming out and winning, not just on the court, but they're winning by double digits a lot of the time. Why is everyone, including the books, because they're getting 2.5 tonight, sleeping on Toronto?
Well, Toronto is notoriously just going to be a middling team. They're not going to be great. They don't have any big name superstars in a sense. But you have to look at this line. Yes, it is 2.5. The Cavs are a much better team, but they're on a back-to-back now, and the Toronto has been playing pretty well, especially at home. And so, yes, that's why the line is so small. But either way you go in this game, it should be a really good NBA basketball game, especially on Peacock.
No doubt. They're 12-5 right now, Big Chuck. Toronto is leading the Atlantic. Obviously, we just go 1 through 8 when we're talking about the playoffs because it's super early. But the fact that they've gotten out to such a good start, they are backing it up with every game. Is this too much to ask of them tonight, however?
Not at all. I love the Raptors in this spot. I'm even seeing some +2s. I'll be surprised if it doesn't even get lower. But right now, some 2s, 2.5s. Home dog. They've won 7 straight, 5 at home. I like them. I think we see a lower scoring defensive battle. Also, I could definitely see the Raptors and the under coming through.
Do you guys notice that right there? The 2 hottest cappers at the brand, just chopping up respect right back. Do you guys feel that? Thank you, Big Chuck. It feels so good when somebody on my level understands and respects my pick. So thank you very much. Mikey, are you giving me a poo-poo face because I'm connecting with Big Chuck on a high handicapping level? Is that the – I felt like I just got the poo-poo face.
No, you absolutely did not, Coach. I didn't want to climb because I'm getting ready to go up Kiss Up Mountain because I agree with you and Coach. I mean, Chuck. Sorry. You're so good. I had to mention you twice. Sorry, Chuck. I love the Toronto Raptors in this game. And DG, respectfully, I think you're vastly underrating Scotty Barnes. I think he is one of the best young players in all the NBA. And they're doing it with a bunch of holdovers that people didn't want on the other teams. Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, they weren't wanted in New York. They're playing very well. Brandon Ingram is an afterthought until he gets to Toronto and he's healthy. So I really like this Raptors team a lot, and I think they win tonight easily.
And OG is hurt right now for the Knicks, so the Raptors certainly are getting the better end of that one right now. Raphael, let me come over to you. Do you agree with Mikey, me, and Chuck? Or deep?
For a numbers point of view, you have to look at the Raptors because now in this days of NBA, you need to look at back-to-back betting numbers. You need to look at teams who are coming off back-to-back games, how they prepare, who they play, who they don't play. It's a perfect situation. Take the Raptors right here because there are a lot of question marks on who's Cleveland playing tonight.
Yeah, they recently, so yesterday they scored 120, beat the Clippers by 15. The over is like 228. So the under came in yesterday. Here's the issue. Is they just got fined $100,000 for that stupid thing that I pointed out. Don't think for a second that we didn't get them fined because we did. When Donovan Mitchell goes to the Kentucky-Louisville game the night before they played in Miami, the rules are you got to be in the NBA city the night before. And then not only did he show himself on national TV in a different city, he set out the next night healthy, as did Mobley. Cost him $100 large. So I doubt they'll be doing that again. But with that being said, they'll just probably become a little bit better at it. So we'll see who they play tonight. I always look at lineups around what. Usually, if you go to NBA.com, they got the starting lineups around 4:30. DG.
Yeah,
5,
it's usually like 2 Eastern. You'll see actually the injury report come out, and you'll start seeing probable players after that.
Okay, so around 2 o'clock, which is the same starting time as weekday wagers. Follow them, subscribe to their YouTube page as well. All right, game number 2 tonight. It's another one of my best bets, but I encourage you. This is late. Raphael, let me start with you because I would love your advice on this. This is late. We know Kevin Durant is out. The Suns, they covered for me last night. They were one of my best bets last night. I really like this basketball team. Getting 6.5. If Booker goes out, it will obviously go up, but you think it stays here no matter what?
It's funny how this total opened up at 232.5, and it's been dropping down every minute since we've been on the air. It's 224.5. That is telling you right there that some big shooting stars are probably not going to play this game, and that's Durant and maybe even Booker. If the total has moved 8 points and it's only, not even 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I think a lot of bigwigs probably know who's playing and who's not playing.
They may have started higher than that because normally we try to get ahead of it on the graphics at least the night before. So regardless, it started in the 230s. To your point, it's dropped way down. So the total number right now is incorrect. But a lot of times I like having them up there to show you the line movement throughout this time of the day. It absolutely matters. It absolutely matters. DG, let me come to you on this game. How much do you play into whether or not Devin Booker plays tonight?
I think is the big part of this because you got to look at this Suns team. They're without Jalen Green, who's going to be out for a while, but also Grayson Allen is a game time decision. I don't expect him to play either. And so if they don't have Devin Booker, coach, they have Colin Gillespie at this point. Like, this is not a team that you really would target. And so because of that, I would be careful whichever way you would go. Because if it is no Booker, that's really the majority of their offense. And so even though it is without Kevin Durant, you still have a lot of good names in Amen Thompson and even honestly Alperen Sengun for the Rockets who could really dominate this matchup.
Gillespie, by the way, and I'm that's why I'm asking these questions, because this is not going to be a best bet if Devin Booker does not play. Is my whole point for asking. Because I agree with you, DG. He's got to play because they play a lot more together. Big Chuck. When Devin Booker obviously is on the court. And he's kind of changed how he plays this year. He's not just going out there to try to get 35. He's trying to line guys up because they have really good shooters. Gillespie, all jokes aside, when he's wide open, he has cash money. But Big Chuck, where do you – obviously the total number is incorrect here, but where do you take this one?
Definitely Booker is, if he's in, yeah, you definitely want to look at the Suns. I was wondering why this line, I saw 5, now 6.5 on the Rockets, and that total plummeted. I had 228. They have the 224s. Now I was looking at the under, just been 4 out of 5 between these two, and Houston have went under. So I'm definitely looking at a more defensive a battle. But yeah, if Booker's in, Suns. If not, I would just pass on this game in particular.
I think it's as simple as that. I really, really do. Mikey, do you agree with that statement? Booker in, we play it. Booker out, we don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Although if Booker is out, I would look at Alperen Sengun, a guy DG just mentioned, to probably have a triple-double without KD in the lineup. He is a triple-double threat every time he steps up on the court, so I'd like Sengun tonight as well.
That's become, with certain players, a popular pick because it's a lot of fun. It's like betting an over, is betting a triple-double. Last year, Jokic at home was an automatic. Some of the numbers, you couldn't even bet it, because the numbers were so absurd on a triple-double. All right, gentlemen, well done on all of it today. Weekend Rewind, NFL, NBA Showcase. But I have a feeling, it's just a gut, that we're going to have 5 straight winning days, including Thanksgiving, including Black Friday. But it's got to start with today. So for all of you who were not here at the top of the show, it's okay. We get it. You got a life. You're out there shopping already, getting set for your food. A lot of you are off school the entire week, off work the entire week. So everybody together, let's lock it in. All right, 10 seconds or less, 1 or 2 nuggets is all that I need. Top left, DG, start us off. Go.
Let's start with Jatavion Sanders here, going over 17.5 receiving yards. It's at minus 115. The guy has been a good look here in these games, and so going over 3 of the last 4 games, I like him to go over again. And then Jalen Duren, sneaky player who has been playing great the last 10 games, over 21.5 points plus assists at minus 110. He's averaging 25.9 points and assists over the last 10 games. And then the last one, because we can't go to Splitsville again, let's take UC San Diego on the money line at minus 115 and cash this one and go 3-0.
What time does that game start? Do you have any idea?
4:30 p.m. Eastern.
4:30 on UC San Diego, about 60 miles from where I'm sitting right now. I will not be at the game today. Rafael, you are up.
Give me the Panthers, 49ers, both teams to score 20-plus points at -110. 49ers last 4 games, the defense is allowing 28.5 points per game. Carolina will score some points on the road. And then give me the Dallas Mavericks, team total under 117.5, -120. Cooper Flagg's line today, 6-6-2. That's his line today, Mikey. 6-6-2. He's doing nothing.
Wow. I don't know if it was possible to have worse trash talk at the end of the show than we did at the beginning of the show, but if it is, it just happened. Mikey P, the floor is yours. You're allowed to say whatever you want.
Well, because we're not on Stadium, I'll watch what I'm saying. But 6-6-2, oh my God, Raphael, I'm so scared. You might as well have said 6-7. I'm going to start with the Milwaukee Bucks minus.
Whoa. Did you just break Cardinal rule number 1 on the show? DG, has there or has there not already been a 6-7 joke today on the show?
There has. You could do like 7-6 or like 8-9, so we can make this thing not cool anymore.
Anyway, Mikey P, didn't mean to ruin your flow. Just wanted to point out that you are a rule breaker. You are up.
All right, give me the Milwaukee Bucks minus 1.5, minus 110, taking on the Portland Trail Blazers on the second night of a back-to-back. And shout out to Carl in the chat who mentions Ryan Rollins of the Milwaukee Bucks. This dude has been on fire this season, and one of the guys we're not talking about at all in the NBA. I like Ryan Rollins to carry this team with no Giannis, so give me the Bucks minus 1.5. And then Cooper Flagg, 6-6-2. Give me Cooper Flagg over 15.5 points. He'll drop at least 20 tonight, Raphael, and I'll win the showdown. Thank you very much.
He just did it again. Wow. Apparently he doesn't care about the rules. DG, we got to talk after the show. And I will address that showdown shortly. Me or Chuck? Big Chuck. Go ahead, Big Go.
It looks like you have another showdown with Mr. Cheesy and the Cavs, but we're going to go with some day soccer. EPL, Manchester United, Everton. Man United, they've scored in 7 straight in Everton. They average 1 team goal on the road. We'll go ahead and bring back one of our favorites, the both teams to score. And then NFL player prop, George Kittle, over 57.5 receiving yards. He's been one of their main targets over the last 3 weeks since returning from injury. 19 receptions, averaging 61 receiving yards. I think he has another big night against this Panthers defense.
All right, very, very good. And no, Big Cheesy, I'm not going to beat you again, not twice in 1 week. Although I do like the Raptors tonight, plus 2.5, minus 110. And the Suns, Booker in, it's in. Booker out, we're taking it off the board. That's as simple as I can make it. Now, Raphael, do we have inside info today?
Yes, we do. It's a synergy one, too.
Oh, it's a little synergy. Please make me smarter.
49ers tight end George Kittle has recorded 61-plus receiving yards in each of his last 7 regular season games as a home favorite against an NFC team.
Very good. All right. So one last little thing we've got to handle here, because I will not allow, I repeat, not allow trash talk at the level that we had it between Mikey and Raphael and not have something on the line. So clearly Mikey wanted all the smoke because he's mentioned it a couple of times. Raphael, you have been called out. We know we can do one of two things. We can do a piece of merch to a very lucky winner tomorrow from the loser, or we can do 3 premium memberships, or we can do nothing. Those are the 3 choices.
It's the holidays. How about both? I'll do the free merch and the subscriptions. That's how confident I am.
Wow.
Ooh, wait, you're saying feed me more? Feed me. So you're a double. Chuck, could we have a double? Are we allowed to have a double showdown on the show? Double?
Looks like a double dipper to me.
I got to make that a sounder. We've got to pull that. Sounds like a double dipper to me. Oh, my God. That's my new favorite. All right. So we have a double dipper. Raphael, I did not expect it. DG, your reaction, you did not expect that.
I didn't expect it. I thought Chuck would come out with the doubler because that's what he always says. And so that would have been perfect right there.
I pondered it.
Very true. Very true.
Okay. So here it is. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to make one of you 2 Venmo me. It's not going to be on me. Normally it is. It's not going to be on me this time. Although, shout out to you, DG, for handling your business the other day. All right, so it's the double. It is 3 premium memberships tomorrow. And no, DG or Mikey will not be receiving one. We're going to take them out of the chat when we do it. That's embarrassing, by the way. So 3 tomorrow and a piece of merch from our merch store from the loser. And the game that we are showdowning on is
The Dallas Mavericks game.
Cooper Flag under the 15. Is it 15.5 points, I believe.
15.5.
Cooper Flag, 15.5 points. Not everybody at once. Not everybody at once. Thank you, DG. Good Lord. Somebody talk to me. All right, so it's the Cooper Flag bet, 15.5. He scores 16. Raphael, you're buying. He goes under 15, under 16. Mikey, you're buying. Is that correct?
That's correct. I need you, Coop. I need you, Coop. Don't let me plant this flag.
Collecting
You make me
cans
a loser
tonight.
once again.
All right. That has officially been our longest non-stadium show in the history of the business. I swear to you. What do we got here? Wow. Interesting. Something I need to bring up because he brings up so Big Cheesy's upset. He goes, why do I have to pay for 5 subs against a piece of merch? 5 needs to be the least amount. Interesting statement there, Big Cheesy. Here's the problem, is that we set the stakes for every play. I set the stakes for our showdown, which you lost. Don't cry in your milk this morning. I just set the stakes because it's a double. If it was just 1, it would have been 5, correct? But when it's a double, you take it down a little bit. So, DG, take care of your boy. Get him some Kleenexes. Tell him to stop crying, and I'll beat him the next time. Please.
He's sorry. He's sorry.
I know he's sorry. He needs to be sorry.
Oh.
Zing. Oh, I miss Big Brother already. All right, everybody. It's time for you to go out into the world. Don't even worry about it. We got you covered with all kinds of content coming up in about 20 minutes. We've got the Coach and Company podcast, 20 or 30 minutes, a little deeper into some of the games from the weekend. Then 2 to 4 Eastern time, it is Off the Ropes with the Coach on channel 156 on Sirius XM. Then at 5 p.m. Eastern time, me and Vince Russo. You guys were really blowing that show up, the Coach and Bro Show. And then tonight at 7 o'clock, me, Mikey P, Raphael, Big Tommy C. It is the Monday Night Grind. Who will be the next to get into the Legends Lounge tonight? So it's a full day. We got to keep it going. Thank you to everybody that found us today on YouTube and social media. We will be here all week long, preempted off of the Stadium Network and all the platforms that they are on. In the meantime, remember this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire team, damn it, do I love them all. Mikey P, Raphael, my man DG, Big Chuck, and producer man always behind the scenes making the show look like $1 million. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about every single day right here on Coach and Company. Take care.